I guess by now you know why we're calling it Prime Insight, because obviously if you're looking at the insightful comments and messages that we're receiving, together with what our panelists have also been sharing with us, this is how your Saturday morning should be looking like. And of course, you should be joining us more on Joy Prime. But we're just wrapping up the illegal mining conversation. Let's take one more comment from the audience, and then we move into the by-election as well. But Ivan Chase, a youth activist, is also joining the conversation. Ivan, it's good to see you and welcome. So let's take your comment, and once again, a reminder that you need to introduce yourself so, you know, people watching us can also get to know you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm in the person of Achula Abdul Baki, TESCOM president for SDDU base. And I must say today I'm very happy to be here. First of all, I must emphatically state that we are very, very sad because just within the period of 8 months of NDC in government and then Galamseyers have been emboldened. Today, those involved in Galamsey are very, very proud to the extent that they can even exchange gunshots with policemen and injure 2 police officers. This will only happen under the regime of NDC. And then also,
are you saying we've never seen that under the NPP?
We've never witnessed a period where Galamseyers will have to exchange gunshots with police officers.
Are you sure about
to the extent of injuring 2 police officers? I have never heard that before. If that has happened, they should prove it to us. And then my good brother, Mr. Tanko, said that they've inaugurated task force, and then they are going.
You all planned this, Salam and yourself. It looks like
no,
you're on computer this morning.
they've inaugurated.
Is there something you're not telling us?
Yes, they've inaugurated a task force to fight Galamsey, and I beg to differ because those same task force has been seen on the street directing traffics, and I want to state that. For us, we have 2 pragmatic steps to curb Galamsey. 2 pragmatic steps. First of all, these steps are not this time around to curb Galamsey within 1 week. This is just within 2 days, 2 good days. And what are we talking about? The first step is that the government, the sitting government, should have what locally we call a family meeting, internal meeting, to advise the Galamsey campaigns in their party.
Right.
Because we've heard a number of people since they took over being accused of serious Galamsey, not just being accused, but there are videos to that effect.
Right.
We can talk about the NDC chairman, Mr. Kutu, who was seriously involved in Galamsey. We can speak about Honorable Yamin, who sat.
And the way you speak of the NDC guys, I hope you're mindful of those in your party who have also been accused.
They were accused, but there were no videos to that effect. There were no evidence to that effect. Yeah. We can talk about Honorable Yamin, who is the organizer, who sat on radio to say that excavators have been seized, and then he will go and make sure he releases the excavators to Galamseyers to continue their activities. And I think we have to condemn that in all humility and modesty. We have Mustafa Gbande, who today is at the presidency. Also, seriously,
I don't know Mustafa. Mustafa doesn't. He's not into illegal mining, is he?
Mustafa Gbande was boldly defending Honorable Yamin when the issue of Galamsey came up, and then I think we must speak against that.
So he's not into illegal mining.
He's into illegal mining.
Yeah,
Mustafa Gbande is into illegal mining.
That's a controversial one. We'll be taking some messages. Thank you for the intervention. We'll be taking some messages as you see them coming through. But let me give the final thoughts to Ivan. Then we can move into the by-election. Yes. So you've heard, the gentleman's point. There was, and I believe you're monitoring on your way here. So many comments have been passed. Now we want action. That's what we are looking for, isn't it?
Yes, I think it's quite unfortunate because the political characterization of Galamsey is what is providing some kind of a shield for individuals in this enterprise. For me, if we begin to see it as a pure criminal enterprise that has been operated by a criminal cartel, that will give us...
Are they really criminals? Look, because I'm saying this because I've been to a Galamsey site before, and I did that, the last operation, the one that went viral with Hannah Bisiu. You go there, and in fact, some of them came, by just wanted to talk to us in confidence. The point they tell you is, we need the jobs, we need money, and these are people in remote areas. So is it not much more about, survival as against criminality?
Yeah,
what do you think?
I understand, but the very moment you're operating outside the law, that is criminal.
Right.
And you cannot play that poverty card and then sentence people to death. For me, this whole thing, the approach has always been some kind of, it has been quite ineffective. For me, the state has to be very frontal, very radical, because we have all seen the devastating impact of galamsey in recent times. Going to the mining areas, some of the scenes that we've very often witnessed has been quite unfortunate. So I think in a concerted effort, doesn't matter where you stand across the political divide, we need to be together and brand galamsey as a criminal enterprise. And whoever that is in should be seen as a criminal. If we begin to approach it in that particular manner, I'm sure we'll be able to make a way. And what makes it worse is the influx of these Chinese who come with sophisticated equipment. And if you go to the mining areas, you realize that these are the very people who are providing the funding. China being a communist, some of these individuals come individually, but they have state backing. So they have a lot of cash. So they can provide all the necessary machinery that is needed for some of these things. I think the state has to be very radical in our approach.
Are you sure that's the way out? Look, for instance, someone going to a galamsey site may be earning more than 1,000 cedis even in a day, not a week.
Yes.
If you're going to run, say, responsible community mining or alternative livelihood, how much can a state, for instance, raise for these young ones in those mining areas, as compared to someone who's coming with the dollars, with the cash? They would want to opt for that.
Oh, definitely. But looking at the devastating impact of it, we need to change the approach. And youth unemployment has been a challenge, and some of us over the years have been speaking about it. There is the need. So we should be thinking of transition. I keep saying that once there are gold in the soil, people will mine. So as a state, we need to adopt different approach, the methodology that will keep the environment safe. These are some of the transitionary approaches that we should be adopting. Because over the years, the approach has always been what we see, and the impact has been very devastating. I admit there is poverty and the youth unemployment is on the rise, but that should not justify these acts.
The issue about the 120-day promise to revoke or repeal the LI that permits mining in the forest reserve. For President Mahama, what expectations do you have of him?
I think it should be the same. For me,
because they've missed that timeline already.
Yes.
Repealing the LI.
Yes. And I think repealing that particular act is very necessary because it was a promise that was made to the people of this country. And going a step further to implement some other policies that also make this whole fight success is what I'm looking at. So I think at this point, prior to the election, one of the conversations that was leading this whole thing was the galamsey. That was the first time going to a major election. We didn't have economy as the
illegal mining
issue on the table. So I think it is incumbent upon President Mahama because people are looking up to him. What are you doing to stop this menace? And I think he has a responsibility, whichever way he has to come up with a way to end.
Salam says illegal mining was weaponized by the NDC. Do you believe so?
No. I disagree because the devastating impact was all over the place. We could all see, unless he wasn't around. But if he
was he's still the youth organizer.
Obviously politics, because I think the devastating across the political divide, everybody was talking. That was the first time we had UTAC and several other people who were outside the political spectrum out there talking about the devastating impact of galamsey. We had Ghana Medical Association issuing a standing statement to government that unless something is done about the situation, they were going to put down their items and stuff. So it wasn't that the NDC weaponized it. That was the state of affair at play at the time, and we all saw it, and we all spoke against it. That the NDC must rather be admonished to take further steps to end this whole thing. But if we begin to engage in this political characterization, you did this, I did that. We've been chasing galamseyers from the bush since Rawlings' time. We haven't been successful, you understand. It means that at this point as a country, we need a concerted effort. It doesn't matter where you stand across the political divide. These people should be seen as people who are wrecking our environment, and we must work aside to end it. For me, it has no political colorization.
Indeed, I must point out that we have to move into the next phase of our conversation on the two imminent by-elections. There's one happening just next month, and the other one is happening because of the 8 fallen heroes. We've lost Dr. Murtala Mohammed, Tamale Central, and it's all because of this fight against illegal mining. Of course, unfortunately, we lost them. Now, there was something that the NPP did, which, well, we haven't seen in a long while, the fact that they are not going to contest the elections in Tamale Central. And their explanation, initially, I thought it was just all about the mood of the country, as they stated.
Blaise, are you transitioning?
No, I'll give you the opportunity. I mean, you can tie that into the, because of time, you can tie that into the whole point around illegal mining as well. The reason for which the NPP says they were not going to contest Tamale Central was because of, first of all, what happened were in a period of mourning. And then you go ahead to say that because of how violent by-elections are in this country, you don't feel that you should be partaking in that Tamale Central elections. But to be fair, since 2004, after the break of the Tamale South, North, all those dynamics, the NPP has never won that seat before. So it's not as though it's a safe seat for you. Let me bring in Rashid, because the point about what the NDC would do comes up. I've seen a video by the national chairman of the NDC, Johnson Asidu Nketia, tell the NPP General Secretary directly, because they had visited you at your party headquarters. He indicated clearly that when it comes to Tamale Central, they are grateful to the NPP for not contesting. But on the issue of Akwatia, you are going to face them, boots for boots on the ground. Why wouldn't you just extend same goodwill to the NPP in Akwatia, and then we have peace and move on?
What goodwill? You see, they've gone to rig an election in Akwatia, 2024. We're chasing them in court over that seat. We went as far as to Supreme Court. There was a contempt case on that gentleman. May his soul rest in peace. He was a nice young man. I like him. Okay, but unfortunately he died. That's how
the case was thrown out. The contempt was thrown.
The contempt was vacated at the Supreme Court. But in their ruling, they made it very clear that there is still a case at the Kufridwa High Court, election petition against your declaration. Go back and continue. Because it has something to do with the Gazette. NPP brought some fake documents over there. They ruled against them at the Supreme Court over that Gazette that what we used to file the election petition was right. And therefore, they should go back and prosecute them.
But they were pointing to the January 6th Gazette.
I am saying that's why they had a problem with them.
But they had that.
And then we went back, and now the court was active again at the Kufridwa High Court. We're in the process that the gentleman lost his life. We have evidence to make sure that he was booted out of Parliament because they rigged the election. You know, we chased them up to Tesano Police Station. And they got another person who described himself as a deputy returning officer. Go and check CI 127. Whether you have a classification known as a deputy returning officer. There's nothing like that in CI 127. But NPP, in their wisdom, this party, NPP, they are masters in rigging election. They went and brought somebody.
If they were, you wouldn't have won the elections.
Because eagle eyes, body cameras.
Oh,
we stopped them.
And 5K men.
Of course, you know, we matched them. And before we could say, Jack, this gentleman who described himself as a deputy returning officer declared Enes as a winner of Akwatia at Tesano Police Station. That's how they got.
Oh, that's where he was.
Yes, that's where he was declared. Not even in Akwatia, here at Tesano Police Station. And he thought we were going to fold our arms. It's an inconclusive election. We're chasing it because we won the election. 12 polling stations. Go and check the figures to the tune of 2,000. You go and look at presidential results and then parliamentary results. About 2,000 people, after voting, they refused to vote presidential. They ran away with their ballot papers. Does it make sense to you? Where is that? If not NPP mathematics and electoral commission.
How do you assume that all these 2,000 people would have voted for the NDC?
Oh, I'm saying that. So where is it? Account for it. That's why we're in court. Where is the votes?
Yeah, but I'm saying that you cannot conclude.
That's why we're saying
that these 2,000 people would have voted for the NDC.
We wanted the gentleman to be alive so that there is a ruling on that matter. And they will see, Ghanaians will see that NPP manufactures some figures in those 12 polling stations. Added it, ran away from Akwatia to Tesano Police Station, got their own returning officer, in fact, deputy returning officer, and declare themselves winners. That's not their seat. And you see, we should give it to them on silver platter. You know why they are doing that? That's the sympathy, because they know this election they are going, this NDC group, it will be very difficult to defeat them in any election.
You take a look at the last electoral results in that constituency. 52% plus is the margin by which they won.
That is what I'm giving you.
How you're looking at that, it looks like a safe spot for the NPP now.
I'm giving you reasons why they got the 52.
So you even doubt that 52?
That one is debatable. And that's the basis of which we're in court. And then so they know for Tamale Central, it's a no-go area for them, because you cannot use your 16,000 to come in overturn 52,000. Who political calculation will go into such kind of thing? Nobody would want even to dare near that. Even if you give them 100% turnout for NPP, they will still come to 32,000. We still have 52,000. How can you win an election of this? The humiliation, that's why they are running away. And don't trust anything. I told you in the beginning, don't trust any write-up coming from NPP. They sat in a platform. They held a press conference. Abdulkumanov, their general secretary, read it. Yeah. We are not participating in Abdulkumanov election. No, we will not. They didn't even stop there.
But we've heard Haruna Mohammed on countless occasions say that as far as the NPP is concerned, they never participated in that.
My brother was here. He was with us in that place.
Oh,
he's a national youth organizer.
You met him there?
I met him. I saw him. His pictures were there. He's a national officer. Those who have gone to pick presidential nomination forms, they were in that constituency with us, with billions of cedis. That night, the lady was carrying 1 million Ghana cedis.
You saw her?
1 million.
Announcement. Do you know what? No, let's calculate. Hold on.
Did you see that?
You see, when we speak, sometimes you know why I'm saying that.
So then Salam had a lot of cash on that day.
Take your.
Salam was also giving
cash. I said, do the mathematics.
Right.
How much did Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia give the woman? How much would Brian Achampong give? Yeah. How much? We were doing the calculation on that day. They were running upon each other, donating. Some were even donating dollars.
Salam, you give dollars.
Is it not true? Didn't you see?
I'm even surprised.
There were newspapers, even here, Joy. It was beamed on your screens. Donations by... So Brian gave... in Ghana
I think it was
dollars.
Yes.
Yes, all put all together. It was 1 million Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not manufacturing anything here. This is the political power who say they are not participating in an election. Yeah. Yet they were donating to somebody to go and contest. And even went ahead, deploy party agents in each of the 19 centers. I sat at the collation center with their officers to collect the results on that day. Yet they said they were not participating. And today, they issue another statement. We are not going to Tamale Central. And you want me to believe this? You will believe you will believe them.
You have doubts?
So you can't doubt people like that. That is why they are where they are. Because Ghanaians have doubt about that party. They need to reset. They need to be reset before they can do anything now. Because, look, I can tell you, any current election that we go in, my brother Mustafa, tell your people, you give them hypertension and then this thing, BP, because we will defeat them.
Even in Akwatia?
Mark it. I don't make projections and it will not come to pass. I sat in your platform and told you how we're going to defeat them in the 2024
What
election.
margin, what target do you have for Akwatia?
Akwatia, we'll beat them hands down. Look.
So you cross the 50%, 52%?
Oh, about 52 cries really small. Because the figures as I speak now, NPP doesn't have that figures. It was a cooked figures, it was rigged. They had the laxity of using crooked electoral officers who helped them to do that kind of thing. Where are they going to do it now?
Okay.
They are not
great question. Yeah.
They cannot do it. They are going to win that.
We'll go into the audience. I want to hear from the women as well, or the females as well, because so far they've been quiet. So if you have anything intervention to make, please make them now. Salam, let's take Salam's point and then we'll come to them. He says you were dashing money. In fact, he was with you there in the constituency. You gave some dollars and left myself and Ivan out.
Well, I don't know whether he was using some sorcery to see how someone was carrying money and knew the exact amount. Maybe he has some special magic to be able to tell.
Like I did not, to her.
Carry money, and I did not see her.
By the way, who sent all these national executives there? Because you said you were not.
Yes, the party did not.
Yeah.
Let it be on record.
So what's the difference? The party did not contest, or you didn't have your candidate on the ballot?
The party did not officially.
So what were you all doing there? I mean, you were there too. So let me ask you.
Yes.
What were you doing there?
As a matter of fact, I won't deny that I wasn't there.
Yeah. No, and you're not the only one.
Yeah,
Samuel who was there. Hakumsim was there.
To the extent that
all your aspirants, they were all there.
The candidate, felt otherwise after the directive was given. To some extent, even though the party machinery was not at play, who sent
them there?
We decided to still have some level of oversight, to ensure that things don't go extremely, bad, for us. So it was in that light we decided to still.
Okay, so you are not there to win the elections.
No, it's not a matter of winning or losing.
Okay.
It was to ensure that once the candidate whose election was inconclusive, still that election we believe is inconclusive.
But you've lost.
No.
The AC has declared.
This is the biggest robbery done in our political history. It's one of the most ugly. And it changes the scales of elections in this country. That the next time we're having an election, and I think that I am losing, I'll send in tax to destroy everything. Then I'll sit at my choosing and say that we want this number of police stations, rerun. Mind you, the Electoral Commission insisted that they were left with 3 police stations to complete collation. Look, election is a process. And collation and declaration is the end of the election. So to the extent that you are not done, on what basis does the Electoral Commission still sole motto and order a rerun? It's never done. And look, this thing that they have done, computer and his executive twisting the arm of the EC, it will come back to bite them. But because you think that it favors you.
Of that election,
tomorrow it will not.
You did tabulation, even at the EC regional office. You did that before going for the main contest. You didn't boycott the process.
We gave evidence, proof that we won the election.
Yes.
It was on that basis that the party said, no, it's an election that we won. Why are you asking us to go and ask God?
You participated in that.
God decided to embarrass them. That out of the 3 police stations that the EC itself says were outstanding, only 2 were in the 19. When did they collect the 1?
Which one?
There were 3.
Yeah.
1 was collated already. As they, later on came to, give.
Because you had reconciled the differences.
No, we have not.
On the eve of the election.
The EC did not communicate that to us.
How?
Of course, that's what they did. It's only the EC who can tell how they collated the 1 that we all don't know and left the 2 to add to the 19 that were rerun. Shame on all of them who were in cahoot to do what they did. And that's the principal position of the party. And as a party person, once I see the party on a certain line, no matter what, I'll give some level of support. And that's what we went to do.
But now you have Akwatia in the offing. How is the NPP going to deal with that? Because the NDC says, well, irrespective of the fact that you're giving away Tamale Central, which you would never have won anyway because of the trajectory, the data.
I'm also from Tamale.
Okay, yeah. So
I'm also from Tamale. Yeah, from Tamale South.
Right.
All right. Just like my.
But the data
brother.
is clear.
I'm coming, yes. In Akwatia, there have been 9 elections in Akwatia. We have won 5, they have won 4. So, by any stretch of the imagination, you can't come and tell us that, you are more superior in Akwatia than us. May his soul rest in peace. And let's won that election free and fair. We all know the dynamics in the Akwatia constituency. And some of the things that we even went through internally, as far as our internal organization was concerned. We should have even won by a bigger margin.
Not the 52. He says over 2,000, is it 20,000?
2,000 difference. Yes.
He says if you look at the presidential results, the dynamics, it's something fishy.
There is no force anywhere that, if I come and vote for a parliamentary candidate, I should go and vote.
But it's not strange that over 2,000 persons...
or I should go and vote presidential. Yeah. By all means, I should vote for parliamentary. People have...
But Salam, is it not strange that...
No. In 2020,
yeah,
we lost about 14 seats in the central region, but we won all in the presidential. That's the choice of the people.
That's the
choice of the people.
But we are looking at where are they
so now you agree it's Skeleton Blast.
Skeleton Blast.
And you are telling us now.
No. Where is it? Where's the vote? You can see it migrate to another party.
I'm coming.
You see it. Where is it?
I'm asking for it. Let's go for that. I'm happy that they are going. Look, what I like is contest. And I like it that there's going to be contest.
Yes,
by the grace of God, we will go there. And we'll give glory to the memory of Ernest Kumi, that the way they handled him, the mistreatment, the misbehavior, that an MP was in his constituency, they sent national security to go and arrest him, and so on and so forth. All the things they did to Ernest Kumi, that he finally died. God will punish these people.
Oh,
they are wicked people.
I just hope that will not translate into chaos, because in your own statement,
chaos, it will not be our fault.
In your own statement, you're mindful that by-elections have not been peaceful so far. We saw the 5 came then, we saw the Green Army, we saw the Blue Army. You give them so many names.
Well, I am a party operative.
Because you're a youth leader, that's why I'm putting it to you.
I'm a party operative. We are prepared for it.
Prepared to do what exactly?
Prepared for the election. In every facet of it, we will go to ensure that
are you not encouraging indiscipline?
I don't know what you call. If I say I'm prepared, my coalition system is ready. We are going to campaign. We are going to do everything.
I hope you're not massing up people there.
No, if people want to come, are you going to stop them? No, you can't stop.
But you'll be the one to bust them there.
If people want to come and I can assist for them to come, I will gladly do it. You understand? In the case of, say, Tamale Central, in 2020, when my brother Barhama was the candidate, what was the difference? Computer. Yes, 2024, the gap is around 6. It's quite big.
It's more than 6,000. Yeah. It's 16,000
versus 52,000.
Yeah.
But ask him in 2020, what was the difference between Barhama and my late brother Mutala? So you don't sit and create the impression as though
Tamale is just a no-go area for you. For you as the NPP.
Over the period, they have won the 4 seats in Tamale.
Because you come from there, so you know the dynamic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You would have lost the elections anyway, even if you had the candidate.
Every election is a different election.
Okay.
Nobody thought the NPP would have lost Dome Kwabenya. So as an election person, I know that every election is different. Would you have believed that NPP would lose a seat like a Buakwa, a Kwapim South? Would you have believed it? Or Sekendi? Would you believe it? But we have. You understand?
Yeah.
So in election,
every election
happen.
is different.
Every election is different.
Right.
And if we were to go to Tamale Central, certainly most of the things that would have done would have been different. And also the characterization of by-elections are a bit different.
Right.
So when they didn't come for Ejiso, was it the case that they were running away because automatically they would have lost?
I see.
Is it?
Well, great question there. Let me come to the audience, then I give the last word to Ivan. Yes, from behind. Yes, right.
I'm Mariam Efuesiama,
Hello, Mariam.
Deputy Women's Commissioner for UG Tescon. What I want to say is I am confident that we are winning the Akwatia election because the late Honorable Ernest...
Which party is winning the Akwatia?
NPP.
NPP, oh, okay.
Yes, NPP. The late Honorable Ernest Kumi won fairly. And I want to put it to Mr. Tanko that we did not rig any election. And so the NDC cannot intimidate us this time. Yes.
You guys owe him a breakfast this morning because you've been so hard on computer this morning. There's one behind and then yes.
Yeah, a very good morning to the good people of Ghana and the good people of the NDC and larger extent Ghana. It is important that we have some key factors that determine the outcome of every single elections. I know for sure that any single election that is conducted today, based on the door-to-door we had, based on the practices or the policies enrolled by this particular government, we must be very fair and honest to ourselves that the dynamics has changed. And every Ghanaian voter today is well awoken to the extent that they are able to read between who a black politician is and who a white politician is. In other words, who a truth speaker is and a liar is. In simple terms, we saw the unprecedented hardship that was meted out to Ghanaians in the past 8 years. And before then, they promised us heaven and they gave us hell. So the Ghanaian people are well awakened. 7 months down the line, I can confidently tell you that the practices of the government, the policies of the government has given a different direction to our political landscape.
Really?
So I can tell you confidently, like any day, any time that an election, being general elections, by-elections or so ever, there will be a massive turnout in events. I was in Akwatia.
Oh, you went there yourself?
Yes. I was in Ablekuma.
Are you part of the 5K men or you?
Absolutely. When you listen to the people, the Ghanaian are well awoken to the reality. So no matter the level of elections, whether by-elections, so ever, the NDC is going to win every single elections. And this is backed by science and data.
Okay, thank you. Briefly, yes, so I give the...
All right, so I was in Ablekuma. Someone slapped me. I was there.
Oh, you were assaulted?
Yes, someone slapped me, but...
I hope the person doesn't belong to the NDC, is it?
NDC person. Yes, NDC person.
Are you sure this is not...
Oh, yeah, it's true. Okay. It's true. So when it comes to elections, right now the NDC people, they have a different way of winning elections. Their surest way of winning election is to bring macho men to the grounds to come and beat you. So when they see that this, let's say your polling station, this police station is your stronghold, they will just come there and destroy the grounds. Then they will go and focus on their polling station. At the end of the day, everyone is afraid of where there is chaos and all that. So I'll just stay in my house. I won't go out and vote. So you see that polling station, the turnout will be low. You understand? Because a whole former minister have been kicked, beaten and all that. At the end of the day, me as a young guy, what am I going to do?
But your other colleague is talking about data.
So I'm coming.
Because we don't have time, I'm
coming. So when you take a look at Akwatia South like this, no one had any idea about NPP losing that seat. Yeah. So when we go to Tamale, I can tell you that we are just NPP. We respect the dead. You understand? So we are giving him that respect.
Right.
Not that we are afraid to lose that seat. We can win that seat on any day. Let me give 30
seconds to the gentleman behind. Then uninterrupted, Ivan, you have your
take. So I think in Akwatia, NPP have been very, very strategic over there because even our choice of selecting our parliamentary candidate, we went there, we judged with the people, we asked them who they think will represent them fairly, and then we chose Honorable Solomon Asumedu as compared to the NDC where they have to betray each other.
Are you sure?
Yes,
a lawyer. Is that not an indication of democracy? Because they went with a different candidate, and now they have
where they have to betray each other, and even within their own internal party, they have issues. And we are talking about winning an election. I can state confidently on this platform that Akwatia by-election, NPP is going to win handsomely.
We'll see about that.
And then we know the good people of Akwatia will reward us. Thank you.
Thank you. Just to remind you that Prime Sports Extra will come off at 9 o'clock. So, Ivan, let me hear you, and then maybe we'll call it a day. Your thoughts on this election? Do you feel that, the two political parties should just concede? I give you Tamale Central, and then you also take Akwatia, and that's the end of it. We don't even have to do a contest anymore.
No. I think democracy has no room for such compromises. I think the people should be given the opportunity to decide who leads them. I think if you're looking at Akwatia, it's not a safe seat for any of the political parties. This is a seat that has been alternating between the two political parties in recent times. So it is not a particular place one can say, this is a safe seat for me. That is what is going to bring the contest in this whole election. And for me, I am worried about the recent characterization, that is the violence that is taking over by elections in this country. In recent times, we saw what happened at Ayawaso West Wagon. and then the general elections, 2020 and then 2024, and what happened at Ablekuma. That was very embarrassing because where we've come as a country, our journey into a democracy for over 30-something years, the last thing anyone expected was that kind of barbaric act we saw on TV. And we had a situation where the security were just standing idle, where macho men take over the center stage, do their thing. For me, I think it was quite embarrassing, and I've called on the IGP. Fortunately for us, the very individuals who were in the videos were all over, and identifying them.
I think we even saw their...
Yes, identifying such an individual and then prosecuting them was very easy. We need to send a strong message to people out there that violence and some of these acts of vigilantism have no space in our politics. We should give the people of this country the opportunity to decide who leads them, because, like my brother rightly said, average Ghanaian is highly enlightened. People are privy to the economic realities they live on a daily basis. So some of these political antics saying this, saying that, at the end of the day, the person will premise the decision on the state of affair in which the person finds himself in the prevailing economic circumstances and the situation. And I think we must respect that. But this act of vigilantism where macho men are smuggled to a place and then at the end of the day, policemen will have to beg the metro men to stop what they are doing. It was quite funny and very embarrassing. For me, Akwatia, we are going to see a contest, but the challenge is that the violence that characterized this whole election that we saw in the past should not happen. The police and any other institutions that are responsible for some of these things should be up and doing and make sure they control
There's a concern about the youth and how we deploy them in elections. Do you feel that political parties should check that? The kind of comments how they, I don't want to use the word inside the youth, but rally their base, their youth base, to come out for them during elections. Don't you feel communication around it should be handled better? Because if you're online and you're a youth leader and you say, oh, there's a challenge at this polling station, I want 500 of you to be there, or I want 20,000 of you to be there.
Yes, such messages very often come with violent connotation, because once you are being deployed to go and do what? You understand? So I think communication in that particular fashion should also be measured in a way that we don't replay the situation we've seen in the past, because violence is one thing everybody is watching out for, because Akwatia, we've all know what is at stake. The NPP and the NDC, nobody is willing to let go that particular seat. And I'm sure they will do everything possible to win that particular seat. That is why the security mercenaries should come to play and ensure they provide security proper, just to ensure that the people of Akwatia will be given that particular opportunity to decide who leads them. It's quite unfortunate the gentleman died, but life must continue. But Tamale Central, NPP boycotting, yes, I respect that particular decision, but I disagree with them, because, you see, emotions have nothing to do with politics. And I think if you read a letter that was issued, I see some undertones of emotions rather than premising this whole decision on something that is scientific. Because when the NDC boycotted Ajuso, the reason that were assigned was that it was close to the main election. So the resources that were going to use to engage in that particular election will be reserved for the main election. And it paid out. I don't know, but to say the circumstances of the person's death, blah, blah, blah. You see, aside those within the party, there are people out there who are also watching the party. This is a party that has lost elections. When you lose the election, you lose connection with the people. People want to see how you rebuild yourself and come back. And people will be worried when you begin to take some of these decisions. So, in as much as I respect, I disagree with the decision of boycotting this particular election. Yes, because the Constitution set 3 perimeters for by-elections, or for election itself. Death is one of them. Resignation is one, and then your expiration of your tenure. You understand? It doesn't matter how the person died. I think, and we don't always go into election to win or not to win. Sometimes the other aspect is research. You've lost power. You go and test the water to see your credibility. You understand? So, and it also be good for research and other stuff.
Right. Anyway, that's why we're calling it Prime Insight. It's just the first of it, and I'm grateful to Rashid Tanko Computer, Deputy Director of Elections. I believe now you'd be acting as the Director, so it's in place also when I call you a Director. Grateful for your time. He represents the National Democratic Congress. Then we have Mustafa Salam, a National Organizer of the New Patriotic...
National Youth Organizer.
National Youth Organizer.
I have your boss.
Maybe you would be moving to the top. I'm just promoting you before.
Sure.
Indeed. And also to Ivan Che, youth activist, for joining us. Earlier you heard from Daraboso and Na Deinswa as well. My name is Blessed Soga, and of course, we can always connect on social media at Blessed Soga. And then next week, we'll be back again with a new set of topics, and also grateful to my audience, to Jinkesi and the team from Tain and Tescon for joining us this morning. He's a big man. He has a big name, actually. But we'll see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.